Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here for week 42 of the Altered Index 2025 challenge. This is the challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Nonstop Papercrafts, and of course here on my channel. As I said, we are on week 42. The prompt this week is lavender. Just a reminder, coming up, I have swapped around week 44 and 46 because week 44 falls into the Halloween week. So I've swapped Haunted round to that one and put labels down as 46. So just a quick reminder about that. But as I said, we are currently on week 42. The prompt this week is lavender. So I have gathered some bits. I have this die. I'm not sure on the make, but I have this die, and if I'm honest, I know nothing about plants and just know it's very pretty. And I don't know if this is even lavender, but I know it looks a little bit like lavender. So I have cut it out onto a kind of light purple cardstock. I've also cut it onto a craft card. What I'm going to do is kind of snip these tops off and put them on the tops here, so it looks like you've got the brown stalks and then the purple tops for the lavender. So that's my plan for that part. And then for the base, I've been doing lots of inking lately, so I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to do a bit of a collage. So because, again, it's all sort of planty and lavender, I've had a little look through, and I have some green textured paper. This one is sort of neutral with green lines, but I have got one. This is actually a paper. It's not the textured paper that it looks like. It's just clearly a print of that, but I really like that because it does look again like you've got those purplish flower petals in there, so I want to use that. I've got this one, which is a textured paper, although it's a print as well, but it's a textured paper with a print, but again it's got those florals. And then I've got this frame that does have a kind of deep purplish frame on there as well. So I'm going to create a little bit of a collage with these pieces, and then I'm going to have my lavender on the top. So I'm not necessarily just going to plonk them down as they are. I might kind of tear them up a little bit and have different bits in different areas. So I might have that bit there. I might... See, I don't want it being too sort of samey like that. So what I might do is tear that one along there a little bit, just so it's not the same everywhere. That can go there. Now I might have most of this under here actually, only because this is where my lavender is going to go. So I don't really want too much of the lavender being up in the purple, because then it kind of gets lost, doesn't it? So I can have some more of this purple. Yeah, I could do actually. So hang on, sorry, I'm just going to tear off a little bit of that bottom, like so. And that's going to get tucked under there. I then might have this piece going there. I then can have this piece potentially here at the bottom. This piece could potentially go this way. Is that going to fit? Just about. I can then have this bit here. Then I'm going to have... Oh, I could maybe have that there. And then the lavender like that. Or maybe have this a bit further down. So I'm going to stick this on last when I do this, but I think I'm quite happy with where the rest is going. So I'm going to get those stuck down. So which one do I want to do first? Right, let's take that off. Just trying to work out. So I think I need this bottom green one on, but I need to make sure that it's exactly where I need it. So I need it exactly there. So I'm just going to pull it in slightly, and with my pencil I wouldn't normally worry about this, but because my pieces are pretty much exact where I need them, I do need to kind of mark it out a little bit. So I am going to glue this one down first, and then the rest I can kind of build on from there. Oops. So I literally need it where those pencil marks are. So that one's going to go there. Oops, move that over a little bit. Push back. Okay, then I had this one going up. So it's going to go in that corner. And then I'm going to have this one, and again I need to be quite precise where this one's going, so I'm just going to make again a tinsy mark top and bottom as to where that one's got to go. Oops. So that's going to go there. Now I'm still not entirely sure what my sentiment or word, I mean you don't always necessarily need a sentiment or word on here. I don't know whether to just go for lavender or something that maybe lavender represents. I'm not sure on that bit yet, because when I sort of like Googled is there any sort of meaning or anything to lavender, does it mean anything or represent anything, they said it's like calm relaxation, because you normally have it like lots of people have lavender on their pillows, don't they, when they're trying to sleep. It's supposed to help with sleep. I know my husband uses lavender. He has this spray stuff that he puts on his pillow, just helps him sleep. So I could do something about relaxation or something, I don't know yet. Relax, calm. Or like I said, just write the word lavender. I'm not sure yet. I'll have a think. Right, so this bit's going to go down the bottom here. And then I've realised I've now got a little gap there. I obviously didn't measure or work that out very well when I was putting everything down, but that's fine. So do we put this here? And then this here with this going up this way. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. That looks good. So this is probably going to be a super quick card this week, just because it doesn't obviously require too much. But sometimes it's nice to just throw down something a little bit quicker and easier. So that's going to go about there. Right, so this is going to get stuck down. Now I think I might have something in the background. I might get myself a little bit of cheesecloth, because we know I love some cheesecloth. Okay, so I have got a little bit here. Obviously this is going to be far too much at the moment, so I'm just snip some off, and I'm just going to rough it up and pull it apart a little bit, and then I'm going to have that behind. So as usual, I'm just going to put a load of glue down, and I'm just going to lay this around. And then I'm going to put glue all on this. I know I'm going to change the top bits to purple, but the whole of this can go down, and it just adds a little bit more dimension to the top if you've got that then extra layer of cardstock on top. So I'm just going to do a little bit of glue down the stems a little bit. That's the quite nice thing about having this fine nozzle, and even if it does seep out a little bit, it doesn't matter because this glue dries clear. So I'm just going to give that a quick push down. Okay, like so. Right, and then we're just going to snip off these bits. And I'm going to do it one at a time just so I know where they're all going, because if I snip them all off, I'll forget what goes where. So I'm just going to do these one at a time. I'm literally just going to lay them directly over where they are on the craft card. Just gently popping them over the top. And this was actually a piece of packaging, so you can kind of see the packaging now on the back. That one goes at the top there. Oops. There we go, and the final one. Goes on there. Okay, what I'm also going to do is just to add a bit more to these parts. I've got Dusty Concord and Purple Hydrangea. So I'm going to use these just to see if we can add just a little bit more colour to these parts. So it doesn't have to be all over, but if we can just go in areas like that. And actually, I wasn't sure if this one would be dark enough, but I think it will be, so I probably won't need that other one, because I just want to dab along. Like I say, just add a little bit more purple and depth to them. So I'm just like creating a shadow. So I'm literally just rubbing it around the edges of the bottom. Okay, like so. Okay, like that. I actually quite like that. That's a bit better. Certainly feels like it pops a little bit more. Okay, so that's that. So I think we only just need to then think about that sentiment. Okay, so for the sentiment, I'm thinking of using this again. I do love using this, I know, but it's just such a lovely little label maker. So I'm going to take out the black one because I don't want that one. I'm going to pop in the gold. Okay. Keep doing it until I can see the gold. Right, okay. So, do you know, I think I might just have lavender on there. I know I could have other things, but I think I'm just going to go with lavender. Okay, so we've got the word lavender. So the one thing I do like about these is it does snip off the end, which just makes it so much easier. And we're going to pop that across here. So I'm just going to line it up, make sure it's roughly in the middle. Make sure it's at roughly the right height. So about there. Then I'm just going to push that down. And there we have our card. So this was week 42. The prompt was lavender. So I've got some lavender paper in the background. So this one is a nice lavender colour. We've obviously got our die cut of lavender as well. Some other floral decor, but nice and simple, nice quick collage. And I do love my embossed label maker. It's so pretty, and that gold really stands out against, because we've got the neutral tones there as well. Well, I really hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you're looking for any more inspiration, please go and check out the Non-Stop Papercrafts Facebook group. If you have enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. If you do subscribe, please make sure you also click that bell button, because that way you are notified of any new crafty videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.